Hey everyone, welcome to my show. Be sure to hit like, follow, and subscribe on YouTube and Twitch for all my exclusive content. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another quick Watcher of Realms video. Consider this a public service announcement, kind of friendly reminder. Today we're going to be talking about the importance of updating your auto fights. And I know for a lot of people it's like, well, I've done the thing, I won, now I have the auto fight. Why do I have to go back and do it? And that's what I'm going to tell you a little bit about today. Playing the game now, we just hit tomorrow's day 90. So catching up on some stuff and learning some things still. But I think the importance of doing, especially the ones that you do often, right? Your experience raid, your gold raid, some of your gear raid and promotion raids, whatever you're up to, right? Probably the most recent one or two, levels like marksman, whatever. I might not go back and do all of them because I'm not really using all of these. What I'm using is probably stage 15, 16, or 17. If I'm being a little more specific and I just want, one type of material, I'll go for 15 or 16. If I'm just like, hey, I just need to get some stuff, I might run 17 and just see what happens. But the importance of going back and actually updating your auto fights serves multiple purposes. Your auto fight can be several months old and out of date, and there are things that you're going to have to worry about when you're running it. What heroes did you use when you did that, when you accomplished that? If it's been 30, 40, 60 days, you probably have gotten new heroes, or other heroes that you had, you might have promoted now. You already had certain people, but you've promoted them, you've gotten them more skills, you've given them better gear, and they just fit better. There's better synergy, perhaps. Maybe you got a new Lord or something that's now giving everybody different bonuses that you might want to work with a different group of people. And if you've taken gear off of older heroes that you're not using as much anymore, but they're still stuck in your auto fight, they're basically a dead slot, which means it's either the possibility eventually that you might actually fail, which you never really want to have happen, or more likely is it's just going to take longer and more time because that one hero isn't doing anything. So now you have to wait until the mobs get beyond him, till another hero picks up the slack and starts hitting that guy. So a fight that should only take 2.5 minutes is now taking 3 minutes or 3.5 minutes, which when you're trying to run off 10 or 20 auto fights is going to add up and take a while. But that's the other thing too. It took you 2.5 minutes or 3 minutes the first time you went through it, maybe longer. With the heroes and the gear and skills and things you have now, you might be able to do that same dungeon again in 90 seconds. Now your auto fights are going to go significantly faster, and you're just going to run through a lot of them much more often. So if I were to go look at, what's one I haven't really done in a while? Let's go look at my endurance one. This one's probably out of date, right? Let's go back to stage 15. Let's look at this auto fight, and let's see what we've got going on here. Let's not do it in the background, and let's just hit start. And let's see who we're using in here. So yeah, so there's some heroes. Like obviously I'm still using Adriel. And I'm still using some of these other people. Still using Calypso. Vortex, still my primary healer. So far it looks good. And again, this is something that maybe you're just going to do like monthly. Right? Like once a month, first weekend of the month, last weekend of the month, whatever. Just take like an hour and just go through some of these fights over and over again. Now these guys are primary guys I use or girls that I use fairly regularly in just about everything, so they're going to be up to date. But some of these other heroes that I can see down on the bottom, maybe not so much. I don't use Mari as often. I don't use Gluttony anymore, really, very often, in very specific circumstances. So may not have the best gear on. I don't use Anai very much anymore. So go back and look. Obviously I only deployed 3 heroes, so the fight went pretty quickly. But if I had been relying on Gluttony or maybe, I forget this guy's name right now, obviously, or Mari or somebody like that, to pick up some of the slack in this fight, that could be a problem. This one looks like it's okay, it's pretty decent, but I'm sure if I go check out some of the other ones, I might also have the same problem. Let's look at my Extreme 2 one, right? Quick auto fight. Shouldn't take too terribly long. But again, this has the exact same group. Now again, most of these guys, because they're pretty good, they're going to pick up a lot of the slack. But I could obviously be doing this a lot faster if I had different heroes that I was using. And again, when you're running off 10 or 20 uh, instances of this fight, even with the 3x speed, the faster you can do it, the better. These look like I've updated them fairly recently, though, so I think we're okay here. So this will finish up here in just a second. Oh. All right, so I skipped ahead a second there. A couple of guys just got by. See this auto fight? A couple of guys just snuck right by the outside of Mari because either I didn't have this auto fight done right and I actually took 2 hits. Could be in danger of losing this fight now because I did not have this updated properly. So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to fix it to make sure that that doesn't happen again. I did still win. Losing those 2 lives didn't actually make any type of difference. But at the very least, I'll at least, even though I didn't, actually let's just do this right. Let's do this right. Let's go through, let's swap out some heroes. Let's run this again. So we're going to hit complete. We're going to go back in. We're going to actually pick the people that we want. You're out. See, I've got Arachne. This is going to bother me. Ain. I want to say Arthas because he looks like Arthas from World of Warcraft a little bit. So we're going with Ain in that slot there. I don't need you anymore. Who else would I want? Let's take another fighter. This is pretty weak. I don't really need tanks for this type of fight. And I can take you out, and let's put you in because you're getting the Lord bonus. So this should be fine. This should be more than fine to do this as fast as possible. So you're going there. Speed this up. You're going there. Need to get a healer because these guys are ticking away. This guy's out too wide to be picked up by Vortex, so we'll just throw another healer there. Oh, that's the wrong spot. That's the wrong spot. So this is what I mean. Obviously, this is going to cut down on a lot of time in the future. When you're doing this type of stuff. Now you've got the right heal, you're getting picked up there, so now it's just over here that I need to spot. And this group right now should be good enough to actually finish off the fight. But because there's no reason not to, I'll put other guys out to try and speed this along. I'll throw Racha over there. And now we'll just sit back. And this should kill everything off pretty darn quickly. So now in the future, this fight will go, even if it's just 30 seconds faster. Oh, you're actually out of range. Whoops. Yeah, it's probably not going to matter. All right, Alright, so final hostiles are now dead. Fight's over. We won. Woohoo! Yay! Uploaded fight data. So now we're down to 3 minutes and 34 seconds. I don't know what it was before, but obviously what I just did was faster. Again, at triple speed, that should take just over about a minute and 10. So now these fights will go faster, and I'm running off a whole bunch of them. And the same thing can go back for all the other ones in here too. I'm stressing the resource raids are probably the most important because these are the ones you're going to run in large quantities. And there's also a big benefit to doing these as fast as possible. I think one of the Odyssey stages was actually to do this in like under a minute or something. So let's just see what we've got queued up here. This is, nope, see, I don't use you, so that's how I know that this fight is probably out of date. What I would want instead would be, I want you, and I want you. And then with this one, you're going to put as close to the spawn points as you can get people. Instead of stacking guys back here, you stack them up at the front. That'll also help kill them faster. Keep all those guys up in front. Now we should be able to sort of cruise on this a bit. Get a little more AoE damage in there. And bam, we're done. Uploading fight data. Now we're down to a minute and a half. Don't know what it was before, but again, we just did it faster. So now if I want to run off 10 or 20 gold raids, just saved yourself some time. It's a good thing to do with monthly maintenance. Again, just kind of go back through, take a few minutes, just update some of these. While you're at it, do a monthly maintenance. Don't forget to go into your heroes, maybe go through and sell off a bunch of old gear. As you can see, I'm getting pretty full here. I'm about halfway full, about 600 pieces of gear. Certainly don't need all that, so I can go through and I can clean out some of this stuff here that I've got from running dungeons for points that I never bothered to upgrade. Most of it, some of it probably isn't even worth doing. Might even see a few, lingering pieces of a lower class, a lower grade of gear that maybe you don't even need anymore. I think I still had one or two heroes that still had some blue pieces on them because, again, as a hero I don't use, and they're using gear I don't use. So that's all I wanted to do, is take a quick public service announcement. Reminder to all of you to make sure you're doing your updates so you can make your gameplay experience that much smoother. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy.